consumer behavior and concept of utility. So what you mean by consumer? Consumer means when the people consumes goods and services. That's what consumer, right? And coming to the behavior, what you mean by behavior? Behavior is that when the people responds to in the market what to consume, means what goods need to be purchased, what not to be purchased. That's the behavior which will be studied in this particular consumer theory of behavior chapter number 2, right? So let's next. So generally utility, what do you mean by utility? Before going to utility, generally in economics, in the society, human wants are unlimited, right? To satisfy the unlimited wants, we have a limited resources. That limited resources also we have multiple choices, right? So in that regard, so whatever the to satisfy goods and services, we need goods, right? In that particular goods and services, there will be consumption of goods and services. We will having utility, right? The utility can be measured in two ways. Right. First of all, what is utility? We will learn what is utility. Utility means, the definition of utility means want satisfying power at particular commodity or service. That is what utility. Right. What it is, I will repeat you once. What is utility? Utility means want satisfying power at particular commodity or a service. That is what utility. Right. And coming to utilities are measured in the two ways. There are two approaches which are Cardinal Approach and Ordinal Approach. So let's discuss what is Cardinal Approach. Cardinal Approach means whatever the satisfaction which we are consumption of goods and services which can be measured in terms of numbers. That's what 1, 2, 3, 4 like that we can measure our utility in terms of numbers. That is what Cardinal Utility. So the Cardinal Utility which is developed by the Alfred Marshall, and coming to the Ordinal Utility which is J.R. Hicks and Allen. Okay, in the Ordinal Utility we cannot measure in numbers, we can give ranks. That's what Ordinal Utility. So let's discuss. First we will discuss about Cardinal Utility. In the Cardinal Utility, there is only we can consumption, whatever the consumption of goods and services we can measure in numbers, right? So there is a two theories which are dependent on the Cardinal Utility. So what are those theories? Which are law of diminishing marginal utility and law of equimarginal utility, right? And coming to the law of diminishing marginal utility. Before going to law of diminishing marginal utility, so what is in the Cardinal Utility? There are the three major utilities are there, which are total utility, average utility and marginal utility. So let's discuss what is total utility, right? So let assume there is a, if suppose I used to consume one mango, that particular one mango I will get 20 units of satisfaction, right? And I will not satisfy that particular mango, and again I will take one more mango, right? That one more mango I will try to consume. But consumption of two commodities, two mangoes, I will get first unit I will get 20 and second unit I will get 15. 20 plus 15, it's around 35. That is what total utility, right? And coming to the what you mean by average utility. So average utility is that when the total utility by divided by number of units of the commodities, right? Whatever the total utility by number of units, that is what average utility we will get to know. And coming to the marginal utility. So what do you mean by marginal utility? For example, if the consumer is consumption more and more again and again, if for example a particular consumer, he will consume 6 units of commodities, right? By consumption of 6 units of commodities, in the first commodity he will get 40 and second commodity he will get 30, third commodity will get 20 and fourth commodity will be 10 and fifth will be 0 and sixth will be negative minus 10. So that is what means whenever a consumer consumption of again and again same commodity, the utility, the additional benefit which is decreasing, that is what marginal utility. We will discuss in the table explanation. See here we will take in the first two, the components which are included in this table: mangoes in units and total utility, average utility and marginal utility, right? See in the first column, mangoes in units. See here, the first two. The consumer had taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These are 6 units of commodities consumer had tried to consume. Right? See, first consumer goes to consumption of first commodity, first mango, he will get 40 units of satisfaction, and second he will get 70, and later 90, later it will get 100, and again 100, and again it will be 90. See, right? See, this is what total utility. So whatever his consumption, the total utility will be continuously increases but decreasing rate. That is what total utility, right? And coming to the average utility. What is average utility? Just the formula which we can say here, average utility means total utility by number of units. That is what total utility by number of units. That is what average utility. See here, total utility 40 by 1, 40, it will be 35 and 90 by 3, 30 and 100 by 4, 25 and 100 by 5, it will be 20, and again it will be 10. Right? See, this is what we will discuss in this particular average utility. Right? So, whatever the utility which is derived from this particular, see here, here it will be 15, 90 by 6 it will be 15. See, first the number of total utility by number of units, it will be 40. Number of total utility by 70 by 2, 35. Number of total utility by 3, 30. And 100 by 4, 25. 100 by 5, it will be 20. 90 by 6, it will be 15. So this is what average utility we will get from this particular delay. Right? Coming to the marginal utility. Right? When consumer is consumption, before going to the marginal utility, we will have one formula for this marginal utility. See, marginal utility x equal to TUN minus TUN minus 1. This is what formula which we can calculate the marginal utility. Right? Marginal utility means TUN, number of total utility minus number of total utility n minus 1. That is what? See here, first unit, when the consumer consumes first unit of commodity, first unit of mango, he will get 40. Right? And second unit he will get, will be decreases 30, and again it will be decreases and 10, and it will be 0, it will be minus 10. See, when observe this diagram, this table, see here, when first unit of commodity, when mango if he consumes, he will get 40 units of 40 utils of satisfaction. Generally, this make it point here, 40 utils. Generally, the utility can be measured in terms of utils. As like distance we will measure in the kilometer, right? As like that, satisfaction, utility can be measured in the utils, right? See, first commodity, first mango, if the consumer goes to consumes 40 utils of satisfaction, and second mango he will get 30 units only, and third he will get 20, and fourth he will get 10, and fifth he will get 0, and again sixth will be 10. Means the consumer again and again he consumes same commodity same time, so the utility will be diminishing. Right? That is what marginal utility. Right? So what we have learned here today. So what is consumer? What is consumer behavior? Consumer means set particular goods and services whoever consumes, that's what consumer. And what is behavior? Behavior means whoever responds to what to purchase, what not to purchase. That is what behavior. Right? That is what consumer behavior. And coming to utility, the concept of utility means generally human wants are unlimited. to satisfy the unlimited wants, we have limited resources. That limited resources, we have multiple choices, right? So in that regard, so the goods and services, when the any particular good will be having some utility, right? So what you mean by utility? Utility means want satisfying power at particular commodity or a service. That is what utility, right? And coming to the what are the measures to utility, right? How can we measure the utility? There are the two approaches, which are cardinal approach and ordinal approach. Cardinal approach, we will be numbers, we will give numbers, means we can measure in numbers, right? 1 2 3 4 5, like that we will measure satisfaction or utility in the numbers. That is what cardinal utility. So cardinal utility, which is one of the three more important points, is total utility, average utility and marginal utility. Total utility means the summation of all units of satisfaction is called total utility. So what is average utility? Average utility means that the total utility by number of units. That is what average utility, right? Coming to the marginal utility. Marginal utility means the additional unit, total utility minus again additional whatever your consumption, that is what total utility. Means whatever you are getting additional benefit, that is what marginal utility, right? I hope you are clear in this video. Please watch next video. I will try to explain clear the graphical explanation about law of diminishing marginal utility. We will get to know in this next video. So I hope please try to understand. If you have any doubt, please make comments in the comment box. Okay, please subscribe, share, like. Thank you.